Hey everybody. So I woke up today to a phone call asking me if I could take an emergency shift for an elderly care client in assisted living. Now, I don't usually like to go to the assisted living places because I don't have as much flexibility and control with the client, because in assisted living there's so many movable people and movable parts and movable policies and procedures that sometimes I just feel like I'm locked at the elbows. So don't always like to do them. They're not my first choice. But when I heard it was a 99-year-old man, I said, I gotta go. I'm being called to go. So I went in this room. He's sitting in his chair and I'm trying to introduce myself and I realize he can't hear a damn thing I'm saying. So I try to talk louder and then I realize, what are we doing? I don't need to be shouting. This is ridiculous. I'm just going to sit down, let him acclimate to my energy, and then hopefully we'll have a conversation one way or the other. I was looking for pen and paper. And then he saw his hearing aids and he put them in about 15 minutes. We had a delightful conversation. He's a PhD, he was a teacher. He and his wife and 3 kids moved to Maryland from PA. 2 kids live here, 1 in Massachusetts. And his wife was over in the dementia wing of the assisted living. And he didn't like to go over and visit because it saddened him. So anyway, it was just an interesting day. I got to wipe a 99-year-old man's butt, and I did it with grace. I did it with compassion and love, and I did it with respect. With respect. And it was even more interesting when I had to go to the lunchroom and grab a tray for his dietary needs, which was puree. So I couldn't even identify what was on this plate. But they did look pretty good, to be honest with you. But I looked around the room of this cafeteria and I saw end of life is what I saw. And I felt most of them knew it about themselves. And so, honestly, I wanted to be a Girl Friday, and I wanted to just go up to every single freaking table and say hello. How are you? My name's Sandra. I'm here visiting today and taking care of another housemate. I thought I'd stop over and say hello to all you beautiful ladies and gentlemen that were all over the room, but I really couldn't do that because of policy and procedure. And now my elbows get locked and I'm not allowed to do that. So anywho, it made my day. Saddened me, but it also put me into parts of my heart that has this longing love. I can't even explain it, but I was in a place of deep appreciation for who I am in this moment, who my parents are, and who my grandparents were, and all the people that I get to touch, just by doing this elderly care work that I do. So anywho, then moving forward a couple hours, I was able to have a client session with someone I hadn't worked with in over 6 months because they were coasting along quite well. And they happened to see one of my videos and it triggered some things within them. And so they were prompted to make a session with me. So before the session, I sat down and I tune into my guides and I get the team together. And you guys all know that I'm advanced Reiki, beyond quantum healing, hypnosis, Dolores Cannon stuff, Edgar Casey stuff. I'm certified in a bunch of stuff. So my toolbox, it's got a nice array in it. I never know how a session's going to go until I actually tune in with the client and spirit guides me. So anyway, before the session, I tuned in to a symbol, and the symbol was, opening oneness up to divine guidance, life's path. And I thought, okay. So I wrote the symbol down, I traced it, I sent it through the airways, then I opened up my Zoom, meet and greet the client, and she is at the byways about making some life path choices. I'm like, well, of course you are. Here's your symbol. And so our guide team got together and we did some meditative coaching and transformational breath work and got into a nice state of theta and relaxation and, of course, trust. Now she's across the country. She's in a comfy chair. I don't have to see her. We just have to hear each other. That's what makes these sessions so profoundly amazing, because you're in the comfort of your own home and you're not under fluorescent lights, have a staring contest to perform for each other. Although I can do it. But I love it when you're in the privacy of your home. So the guide team came in and they really wanted to express love. And so there was a lot of affirmations that were going on within the breath work. And then the guides were doing this swirling of energy in a counterclockwise, almost like a sea of crystalline energy bath. And then there was a lot of igniting within the brain. And it's interesting, my guides were like, do not say it's activations of the pineal gland, because there's a lot more in this brain than you guys keep chalking up to just the pineal gland. It's a crystal cave in here. And I was like, wow, I could see it. I could see all the sparkling. So fast forward, and as we're ending the session, she could feel the temperature changes and the high heart kicking into higher gear. She could now identify with her life plan and what her path needs to be in collaboration with her guide team. She felt initiations of a few different areas without getting in too deep into the session, but she felt very activated, but yet in a very calm, grounded state of being, and more importantly, a state of knowingness, that you just know what just happened there and how utterly freaking fantastic it is, not just for the receiver, but for the practitioner. I am right there going through every step and every breath, and I can see everything. I could hear it as if we're in the same room. I walk through the same maze is what I'm hearing. It's like a maze. It's not a wave, it's a maze. And to hear her be in such gratitude that now she knew what her next step was to be and why she felt so prompted to message me to get a session ASAP. And wow, I just want to do these sessions every day, all day. I get so gratified, and my cells are just bouncing joy, this effervescent, sparkly, bouncy joy that goes through me when I'm able to really help someone else. And then it's why I've done all the certifications and the studies and the work, and why I listen to Spirit 24/7. I don't make a move without that collaboration of oneness. And that's where we all are, my friends. We're splitting of the selves and the fragments of the self that just don't need to be there anymore. Those layers of protection, those shields, don't need to be there anymore. The light gets to shine on its own without having to worry about invaders or life-threatening something coming at us. It's not happening anymore. You can let your light shine. You can let go of the fear and the shame and the survival of the protection of self. And then once you do all of that and you see that this beautiful, mighty soul and just wanting to burst through from its embodiment of you and no longer be a slave to fear of always feeling like there has to be band-aids and wraps and hiding and don't, speak and all that. It's lifetime after lifetime after lifetime of experiencing it and seeing it through other people's experiences. Be one less in that group, my friends. Step away, open up, find out who you really are and some of the reasons why you came here and how blessed you are and how many awesome tools you actually already have. But just collaborating with me is just going to show you, holy shit, I didn't know. Oh my God, I uncovered that. Let that go. Let my light shine. Yeah. So, I leave you with so much love, so much gratitude. My day was awesome. I get to lay my head on my pillow tonight knowing that I really was of divine service, an instrument of the God source self that is me, and the actions that I took with the feelings that I have and created more of that were just like swelling up all over. And you guys, when you do a lot of this love work, you're going to have a swelling of energy. Okay, it's a combustible energy. And it's a lot in the cellular system and its pathways. Sometimes it comes on real fast and real fiery, furious. And so some of the byproduct of that energetics is tears, jitters, agitation, feeling, I can't even go into all of the feelings because you're igniting the emotional body, you're igniting the mental body, you're igniting the physical body, you're activating everything everywhere. And so something has to give. So the regulator dial opens up valves and it lets you sweat or it lets you cry or it lets you move. And in those moments, ask Spirit, do I just be here and just let this come out, or do I need to go take a walk? And what would be the best hydration for me at this time? And I'm just so grateful that this energy is coming through and that I have valves that can open up and relieve some of this pressure from all of these energetics that are calibrating from original source. You're not recalibrating. You're breaking off all these things that don't serve you, and then you're calibrating to divine source self, which is as close to this original source you can be without all the debris. All right? You're getting to the original source without all the debris. That, my friends, is very powerful. If I can help you on this journey, email me at embodimentofthesoul.com. embodimentofthesoul.com. Go to my website. In the meantime, I would appreciate it very much if you guys would like, subscribe, share, and by all means, leave me a comment. Okay? And I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.